Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Armory Digital Super Speedway for the 27th race of the NAMAR Mountain Dew Code Red Series Season 3. 48 laps of action here tonight under the lights. And getting her fourth heat win was Audra Baranoskis in Heat 2. This is the second time she has won the coin flip. Jesse Turner got his second heat win of the season, and it's the second time Turner will start second. We'll see how fast he dips to the back of the field on that top line. Let's get to the rest of your starting lineup. In row 2 is RJ Bishop and Dale Lightning. Now, Bishop won the last Super Speedway race back at Coca-Cola, and he could be looking for a second win to launch himself back into the top 20 in points. In row 3 is Cole Deaver and Hunter Braxton. Deaver needing a good run and most likely a win if he wants to make the playoffs at this point. He's very far down, away from 20th in the points. Technically right now it's 19th in points, who is the last driver in. That was Sekuli coming in. Sekuli did not make the race. He's got 24 points over Fitzwater. We'll see what happens there. Row 4 is Enzo Nereza and Edwin Mendez. Mendez just getting his first win of the season at the Motordrome. He's more or less all set, as long as he doesn't fall out of the top 30 in points. And in row 5 is Ryan Brommer and Casey Nanako. We're down to 4 drivers who have made every race on the season. The following drivers missed out from Heat 1. Andrew Rich, 3rd in points. Eli Bright, 5th in points. Sky Commons, 8th in points. And Sekuli, last driver in right now in the playoffs, 19th in points. Your new points leader coming into Armory Digital is your pole sitter, Baranoskis, who is looking to probably be the 4th driver to hit 10 top 5s on the season. She's currently at 9 with 14 top 10s. Dale Lightning down to 2nd in the points, 1 point behind Baranoskis. Andrew Rich in 3rd, of course missing the race. Matthew Logan 4th, and Eli Bright 5th. Eli Bright also missing the race. The entire top 11 in points are at double-digit top 10s. 6th in points, Dylan Young is 47 back, and that is the top 6 are all within a race points of the points leader. Zorlin 7th in the standings, 81 back of Baranoskis. Commons and Brommer tied for 8th, 100 points back. And rounding out the top 10 in points is Hunter Braxton, 119 back. 11th in the standings is Johnny Gardner. 12th is Enzo Nereza. Seth Cole up to 13th. 14th, Bobo Jones. 15th, Nico Tringali. 16th is James Ellison. 17th, Samet Oskin. 18th, Edwin Mendez. 19th, Joshua Sekuli. And Zachary Fitzwater Sr. is 20th. Fitzwater, the first man out, 24 points back of Sekuli. The Nako, who's 21st in points, is another 19 points back of that. So Nanako 43 behind Sekuli. Cavanero 52 back in 22nd. And then Bishop is 23rd in the points right now with his win from Coca-Cola, getting him in the 20-car field. Adam Flickinger 24th. Benny Watson 25th. Watson missing the field. Quentin Moore 26th is in here. Turner 27th. Riggs 28th, Hudson 29th. They missed the main event, and Deaver sits in 30th. Marty Johnson, 24 points behind Deaver in 31st. If he got a win, he'd have to get in the top 30. Frodemar Otts has been on a good streak lately. 2 straight top 10 finishes, including the top 5 at Pukekohe, race 2. Otts is 28 points behind Johnson in 32nd place in the standings. And then it really just starts dipping from there. Ice is 30 points behind Otts. And big gap from Onjak to Wild is 35 points. So it's tight in certain places. But the big battles are for the last points paying positions right now. Or last points positions on the grid in the playoffs. All 40 drivers start off fine. Take the green flag. It's our first race with yellows back on since Coca-Cola, which was 13 races ago. We've gone 13 races without seeing the yellow flag or a single file restart. That will change tonight if we see a yellow flag, and they are already 4 wide, 4 rows at the front of this field, and you do not want to be involved in the big one. And we're going to go 4 wide for the lead. Baranowskis, Braxton, Cavanero, and Zorlin. What a photo finish that would have been. And many cars are in the wall. Turner's one of them. And that will set back several drivers. Zorlin to the race lead. But the field settling down. The Reza's looking to make it 4 wide on Oskin, Deaver, and Braxton. Cavanero in second. Remember, Toyota, no wins on the season. Ford just with 2 wins. 1 from Zorlin and 1 from Tringali. And they really need to start stepping it up if they're going to even be considered to make the final 5 against the Chevy teams that have been dominating this season. The late bloomer in the form of JD Motorsports. Oskin 3 wide for the lead, getting pushed by Nareza. How about Brommer up towards the front? Matthew Logan. We're still waiting to see our first driver get to 4 wins. Just for a recap, the drivers at 3 wins are Dale Lightning, Matthew Logan, Dylan Young, and Ryan Brommer. Those 4 drivers are at 3 wins. Meanwhile, guys like Samet Oskin, Enzo Nareza, they're still looking for win number 1 on the season. Still 4 wide all around the field. And still green, and no one in any trouble. Now remember, this is 2X. We'll likely see pit stops around lap 16, maybe lap 17. Maybe earlier. It is likely a 2 or 3 stop charade. Matthew Logan looking for the lead as Gardner, Bishop, Nanako, and Marty Johnson come up on the bottom. And you want to be at the front of the field when you come to pit road. You do not want to be at the back. Deaver's in the wall. That's not good. If there's one thing these drivers learned in the heat races is being at the back is not good. Brommer gets in the wall. That'll hold up a lot of the guys on the top line, including Oskin. So here comes Seth Cole. He's going to make it 4 wide. Logan falls back, though. That'll just make it 3 wide. Bishop in second place behind Gardner. He'll peak out of 4. Super speedways are typically a racetrack where we won't go to commercial. We will likely stay for the majority of this race. If they make it through the first cycle of pit stops without a yellow, we will likely take a break just to catch our breath. Or for me, catching my breath. So Bishop leads, Seth Cole on the bottom line. He's got Lightning and Johnson supporting him. Dylan Young is back there 4 wide. Fernandez near the top 10 right now. Marty Johnson makes it 3 wide. Seth Cole looking for the race lead. 6 laps of 48 down. So 42 to go. They're 4 wide once again at the front. That's Dylan Young almost on the apron. He has to check up. He was taking a really poor angle there. As you see, no one has really lost the pack, but the field is giving each other some space. See, Dylan Young's checkup causes a little bit of a bubble at the front of the field. I'm really surprised we haven't had an accident just yet. As Marty Johnson looks to take the lead, can he lead a lap? That bonus point would mean so much, and he will. So that is a nice, needed bonus point for Marty Johnson in his quest to get to the top 30 in points. Let's go to the helicopter camera. Hunter Braxton fighting side by side with teammate Matthew Logan. Braxton last won at Rockingham. He looked like an early season favorite, but he hasn't visited victory lane since, despite all those heat wins that have followed. 7 heat wins, but only 1 main event win on the year. In fact, out of the 26 races so far this season, or 25 events, because we've only had 25 heats for the Heat 1 guys and for the Heat 2 guys, as Logan gets in the wall now. That's going to check up the top. Seth Cole, Dylan Young behind there, as Gardner checks up on the bottom. We have only had a driver from the front row win the race 7 times. Those 7 times are Braxton at Rockingham. And now what I'm saying here is they won a heat race and they won the main event in the same week. We saw Braxton do it at Rockingham, Ellison at North Wilkesboro. Matthew Logan did it at Richmond. Going down the list here. Baranowskis did it at Watkins Glen. Logan did it at Island Rally. Lightning did it at Kyalami. And then Zorlin did it at Pukaka. And we are under caution. I didn't notice. I thought the engines were getting quiet. Baranowskis in the lead now. So what did I miss? It looks like Lucas Catano has expired. And Fitzwater likely involved as well. Doesn't look like it was a big accident. Benjamin Ice with some front end damage. Maybe Frodemar Ott's involved. Yeah, Ice definitely was involved. But it doesn't look like it was a big accident, so everyone should pit here on lap 10. Baranowskis will lead him down, and we'll take a look at what brought out the first caution of the night. It looks like it happened in turn 4. This was coming through turn 4. Catano and Voiles were 4 wide in the middle. Actually, they were kind of 5 wide there, and they make contact. Up they go in the Benjamin Ice. Voiles gets away scot-free, but you see Fitzwater, Otts, and maybe King get involved too. Catano actually flips over, riding the wall. Thank goodness for the fence. You see King actually almost gets turned by Magora on the apron. Catano's car just kind of rides the wall for a long duration of time. But a wreck at the back of the field, that will prevent a lot of cars from getting involved. And if Voiles' car had gotten spun around, it could have been a lot worse. But a tough break for the 61 team of Catano will take you to the race restart. Getting ready to go back green. I just want to state, if you notice anything different on the screen, I turned off shadows from structures and from cars because it was just wacky. Top 10 restart order: Audra Baranowskis, RJ Bishop, Hunter Braxton, Enzo Nareza, Bobo Jones, Dale Lightning, Matthew Logan, Johnny Gardner, Peter Onjak, and Seth Cole. That's your top 10. Out of the race, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Benjamin Ice, and Lucas Catano, and problems for Marty Johnson. Marty likely got stuck next to someone on pit road, and it has caused him to have to call the tow truck, and that has put him a lap down. He might just catch the field for the restart here. I think he's still up to power. There's the 28. Let's just see. We'll watch from the 23 for a moment here. There he is. Green flag's already back out, so yeah, he will catch. And he will be allowed to come down here to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cars right there. 9, 10, 11. Now this doesn't matter because he's a lap down. That's 11, 12, 13. And so that will give Marty a pretty good restart. Now, he's going to have to get to the front if he wants to unlap himself. This isn't a modern day NASCAR where you get lucky dogs. So the field has been spread out decently. You see Fernandez back to Mendez, back to Zorlin, and so on. Huge gap in this field, so this is going to be interesting how this race happens. What will happen with the draft as Lightning gets in the wall. Bishop looking for the lead from Baranoskis. As you look, there's a 6 or 5 tenths of a second gap from Fernandez to Mendez, and then 6 tenths exactly from Mendez to Zorlin, and almost 5 from Zorlin to Tremblay. And it looks like Mendez has caught up to the main group. The question is, will Zorlin and the others, because once you get enough air in there, it becomes impossible when you start racing each other. Bishop side by side, Baranoskis, Mendez up to the pack. Zorlin doesn't gain anything, and now he's getting tracked down for the draft. Now, as long as those drivers back there don't lose a ton of time, if we get to green flag pit stops, which I think we will, with how spread out the packs are, they would be able to dive it into pit road a good amount and gain on the guys at the back of this field, but I don't know if that will happen. 3 wide for the lead. Gardner, Nareza, Bishop. Dale Lightning's already made it back to the bottom. How about Peter Onjak, as Quinton Moore was looking 4 wide. Gardner to the front. How about some drivers in here who would love to see a win? Peter Onjak, Quinton Moore, Zoe Fernandez. Moore's in the top 30. The other 2 are not, but it would certainly boost them up towards the top 30 bracket. Peter Onjak has missed 6 races. No, 8 races. Onjak's missed 8 races, and he's looking for a win right now. It would really help shoot him up in the points. We mentioned that the throwback race is next at Auto Club. Oh no, they're 5 wide, they're 4 wide. Okay, I thought they were 5 wide for a moment. That would have been really bad. Throwback race at Auto Club is next as Oskin gets in the wall. Now, not everyone has a throwback scheme. As Quinton Moore and Logan clip the apron there. But we'll wait and see who has throwbacks for Auto Club. That is a night's race. The heats are going to be during the day. And we're going to start seeing less short tracks and road courses and a lot of intermediates coming around. So that's something we haven't seen a lot of. In fact, the only intermediates we've seen so far have been Atlanta, Rockingham, Nashville, Pocono, Dover, and Trenton. The last intermediate we saw was Trenton. We're going to start seeing them a lot more Auto Club than Vegas. Another road course, then ISM, Denver, another super speedway at St. Joltis, and then Kansas. And then it just heats up in the playoffs. Just so many more intermediates. It's going to get interesting. The races are going to, more or less, some of them will go back up to 25%. All the chase races will be 25%. And the finale at Texas will be a 30%er. Mendez just won at the Motordrome. He wants to win again. Ooh, and a little checkup from the bottom line there. Baranoskis, I guess, not enough grip on the bottom. And that second group is trying to close in. They're led by Dylan Young, then Tringali, Turner, Nanako, Flickinger, Wild, Zorlin. They're trying to close in, as you can see. Bobo Jones has had some kind of problem. He's hit pit road. He's a lap down now. Jagger and Frodemar have lost the draft. There's the Zero Machine. Not sure what happened to him. But Gardner leading the race at the line once again. Braxton challenging. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back for green flag stops. We're back here at Armory Digital. The second pack has caught the leaders as they catch Bobo Jones. He's not super in the way, but he's in the way nonetheless. Baranowskis and Braxton continue the battle side by side. Lightning by in the third, Mendez fourth, Oskin fifth. Dylan Young had a huge run that just got stalled out. Braxton trying to take the lead. That second group goes down to 23rd, and then there's another gap. In that last group is Cavi, Ellison, and Brommer. And something happened to Adam Flickinger. He has gone back to 35th, and he was at the front. I'm wondering if he just pit for his service. Yeah, he's just coming out of pit road, so he elected to pit by himself as Dale Lightning heads to the lead. We are gonna blah 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 blah. I cannot talk. We are about to hit green flag stops for the first time tonight. Everyone came to pit road, lap 10 coming to 11. Everyone is still gonna have to pit, I think, one more time after this first stop cycle. So everyone should pit around 26 to 28, and then they're gonna have to come back down. So it's gonna be like a heat race if it stays green. It's fuel strategy at the end, and right now, oh my gosh, Quinton Moore 3 wide for the lead with Nanako and Lightning. Remember, Oskin and Nanako, 2 drivers from Team Penske, they have not won this season. Trying to prove themselves right now. Oskin pushing his teammate, trying to push his teammate by Quinton Moore. There's Marty Johnson. Remember, Johnson is a lap down. And if he could be the leader and get a caution, like be leading in front of the leaders and get a caution, he would get back to the lead lap. But right now it's Nanako at the point with his teammate Oskin trailing. And if you look at the point standings, Nanako is in 21st, second driver out. Meanwhile, Oskin is 17th. And he is not that safe either, so both of these drivers would love to get a win here tonight. The only other super speedway left after this is Senjoltis. And if you miss the big one at Senjoltis, you'll be fine, but if you don't, you are going to lose out big time. Nanako's the first to pit road on Jack Logan, and I believe that was Jesse Turner at the back coming down too, as we've actually already had some drivers visit pit road. I believe that was Tringali all the way up there. And this is going to split the field up again because some drivers checked up. Now right now, Marty Johnson is on the lead lap. He would love to see a caution right now, or all these drivers pit and he stays out again. Now Baranowskis and Seth Cole, they get a huge run. They'll put him back a lap down. Who pits here on lap 27? Baranowskis will. Jonathan Zorlin, the Reza, Deaver, they're all coming in. A lot of people behind them as well. And Dylan Young had gotten turned. He got in the wall, but he saved it, so we stay green, but that's going to hurt him tremendously. And it looks like Quinton Moore was possibly involved in that situation. Seth Cole staying out, trying to take the least amount of fuel if this stays green, because they're all going to have to pit again around 7 to 3 to go. There's Nanako, so Seth Cole in the lead. How do you get to pit road here? Just like that, very tricky. Oskin will stay out. There's the smoke from Dylan Young. And right now, again, just to mention it, Johnson back on the lead lap. Would love to see a yellow flag. Nanako is currently the first driver on the lead lap, and I think, is Oskin running out of fuel? He is. Sameta Oskin just ran out of gas. Brian Tremblay, I think, did the same. They stayed out a little too long, and it's going to cost them big time. Will they make it back to pit road? Marty's got to come in. He can't stay out any longer. And it looks like Seth Cole is the leader. Or are they coming out of pit road? Oh, Brian Tremblay is not going to make it back. There is Seth Cole coming out of pit road. Tremblay might bring out a caution flag here. Oskin has made it to pit road. The lights on the track stay off. He's on the apron, but I wouldn't be surprised if it makes a yellow come out. He's only going 30 miles an hour. Gonna just watch the 45. Your race leader at the start-finish line there is Peter Onjak. They take 19 to go. $20 miles an hour for the 45. Here come the leaders, I think. Oh, he's dipping his right sides on the track. That could bring out a yellow. So far, we're still green. And I think we will stay green. He is well below the apron now. As the leaders catch Slade Jagger, it's Seth Cole leading, Onjak, Zorlin, Logan. Flickinger is somehow up here after he pit by himself. Matthew Logan as well. 3 seconds back is Hunter Braxton, so what a pack we've got up here. Zorlin looking for win 2. Seth Cole, same thing, looking for win 2. Logan looking for win 4. Nanako, Flickinger, and Onjak are all looking for their first wins of the season. Onjak just needs the right run and the right amount of help, but there's still a long way to go. You just kind of want to keep up in the draft right now. You see Nanako, Flickinger, and Logan held up a bit by Jagger. Johnson is a lap down. If he could get to the front of those guys and get a caution, it would help him. How about this pack right here? They're hungry. They want to catch up. Let's see who we got here. We got Braxton, Baran-Oscus, Tringali, Ellison, Fernandez, Wild, Cavanero, Gardner, Turner, and the Reza. See, Dylan Young's little save cost him a lot of time. He's still in the race, though. That's a good thing for him. Tremblay 3 laps down right now. Oskin is 26 seconds back from the leaders. So Oskin was far enough ahead and going fast enough. He drifted into pit road without losing a lap or so. Nanako to the race lead once again. We're going to take another break, and we'll be back for the conclusion of the race here at Armory Digital. We're back here at Armory Digital, 12 laps to go. The second group has caught the field, and Baran-Oscus is up to second. Onjak leads at the start-finish line. Johnson gets his lap back, but Baran-Oscus tries to go 3 wide for the lead. She can't hold it, and here comes Adam Flickinger up the middle. Adam Flickinger looking for the lead from Peter Onjak. But Onjak with a run on the top, but Seth Cole's going to dip to the middle now. Flickinger looking to put Johnson a lap down once again. The pack is now 16 strong. I think. Yes, it is. 16 cars strong now. As Baran-Oscus leads at the line. 11 to go. When do these drivers make their final pit stops? That's the big question right now. The most you can make it on green fuel is 16 laps, maybe 17. The latest we saw people pitting was lap 27, 28. They all have to pit for fuel at some point. Braxton to the lead now. Ellison looking for the lead. Ellison looking for win number 3 on the season. Where's his teammate at? Cole Deaver's not in this group. He's 22 seconds back by himself. I believe the next car the leaders will catch is Samet Oskin, unless it's someone else. It is indeed the 22, then the 45, then the 0. Will lap cars play a factor in this race? We're at 10 to go now. Braxton's getting a good push from Baran-Oscus. Braxton looking for what would be his second win on the season. Baran-Oscus is looking for what would be her third. As I think someone just came to pit road, and I think it was Adam Flickinger, and it split up the groups again. And indeed it was Adam Flickinger with his final pit stop of the race. He pit early last time, it worked out for him. He pits early this time. It should work out for him again as long as he gets draft when he comes out. Baran-Oscus to the lead. Ellison fighting Braxton for second. Seth Cole in line behind the 11. 23's 3 wide on the bottom. Onjak in the middle. Nanako on the top behind the 7. Cavanero's up here. Nereza's up here. Toyotas. 2 Toyotas looking for their first wins of the season. Jesse Turner's still in this group. He's the highest running Ford right now, along with Casey Nanako. Martin Wild, another Chevy in here. Zorlin, Tringali, Gardner. They're all up in this group. They're 4 drivers. Ford would be looking for their third win. Toyota their first. Seth Cole wants his second W. Nanako's pushing him towards the front. Would be coming to 7 laps to go this time by. Does anyone pit? So far, no takers. Seth Cole to the lead. There's Adam Flickinger. This is the draft he needs. When you come out of pit road, you need draft. Is he getting it off of the 22? He is. This pack's going to get the draft off of him. Looks like Fernandez Pitter just lost the draft. Gardner's on the edge of it. 13 cars in this group. Who pits first? And I think Nanako's got his hand out the window. He does. Nanako, Ellison, Logan, they pit. And that splits up the groups again. Slowing up there was Gardner, Turner, Wild, and Zorlin. Flickinger gets past, so will Oskin. These will be 2 lap cars that are going to get a ton of draft. Most important is for Flickinger to get draft. How about Cavanero up to 3rd right now as Braxton leads? They're going to catch Bobo Jones. Bobo Jones winning back at the 2nd Pukeca race. Only 2 races to go. Situation like this, you don't have to worry about it too much. Who pits coming to 5 to go? Baran-Oscus already has her tires down there. Cavanero actually gets by her first. Onjak pits, Turner pits. Gardner, Zorlin, Wild. They're all in line behind the 23. 3 lap cars are behind Seth Cole and Hunter Braxton. They're the last 2. There was a wreck in turns 1 and 2. But no caution. I don't know what it was, but someone was sliding. No caution flag. That could have set up the race for a 1-lap shootout. If they hit 4 to go and there's a yellow, if they're racing back to a yellow at 4 to go, the race will end on the caution. Seth Cole and Hunter Braxton stay out there in a pack of lap cars. This is draft they need. If they pit and they take the littlest amount of fuel they can, it will help them tremendously. There's other groups of cars staying out. You see the smoke still kind of there. Oskin on the bottom. Big question now is who's the first guy out? Who else is staying out? Martin Wilde's staying out. Zoe Fernandez has stayed out. Dylan Young, Donovan Cage, Edwin Mendez. They've all stayed on track. We're coming to 3 to go. Who pits? Who doesn't? Braxton's going to jump down. Seth Cole's going to keep going. Who is the leader right now? It looks like it's Johnny Gardner. Based on our scoring. Anyone else staying out? Looks like Wilde's in. Fernandez is in. What about Young? What about Cage? What about Mendez? Everyone came down except Seth Cole. Can he get clear? Is he running out of fuel? No, but he's definitely coming into pit road this time by. At 2 to go, Seth Cole will have to surrender the lead. Samet Oskin, a couple laps down, he'll come down. Where is the 98 of Johnny Gardner? He is the proverbial leader right now. There he is with 3 laps to go. He'll be coming around to take 2 to go. No, wait, Braxton's way out in front of him. Martin Wilde is second. Dale Lightning is a lap down. It would be Gardner. Gardner's the first one up. A pack of hungry cars. Wilde is not close enough to get draft. Is it going to be down to Braxton and Seth Cole, 2 drivers looking for their second wins? Nareza's still on pit road, so problems for the 20. But here it is. Seth Cole's your leader. At 2 laps to go. He comes out of the pits. Huge gap back to Hunter Braxton. Does Braxton even get there? I think he will, but Martin Wilde and others are coming. Lots of drivers. If anyone's going to get Braxton and Seth Cole, it's Martin Wilde. Braxton's got the help of Oskin, but Seth Cole is way out there. Coming to the white flag. Is it going to come down to fuel strategy here at Armory Digital? One more lap. The lead back to Hunter Braxton. 2.4 seconds. The speed change. 2:09. Oh, Braxton's got a really good shot at this. Seth Cole will get no draft. I just don't think Braxton's got the time. And he's getting hunted down for second. Martin Wilde the closest in third. It's just not gonna be enough. There's the distance back from Seth Cole. He got his first win at Cape Cod, and now JD Motorsports has gone 3 in a row as Seth Cole wins at Armory Digital Superspeedway. Bobo Jones winning the second race at Pukekohe, Mendez winning at the Dodge Motordrome, and now Seth Cole wins. Seth Cole wins at Armory Digital Superspeedway. And this is the first team streak since Junior Motorsports won 4 in a row from Martinsville to Pocono. They did that with 2 drivers. Junior Motorsports won the first 3 races with 3 drivers, and now JD has won the last 3 races with 3 drivers. Could they see a 4th win in a row at Auto Club? I don't know. But it's Seth Cole visiting victory lane for the second time this season. Enzo Nareza had a clutch problem. Hunter Braxton gets second. He just didn't have enough help. Martin Wilde with a 3rd place finish. Wilde came into this race 35th in points. That's Wilde's first top 5 and his first top 10. The same goes for Peter Onjak, who finishes 4th. First top 5, first top 10. 5th was James Ellison. 6th, Casey Nanako. 7th, Matthew Logan. 8th, Johnny Gardner. 9th is Audra Baranowska. She'll keep the points lead. And in rounding out the top 10 by a nose is Nico Tringali. There was actually a tie for 11th between Zorlin and Fernandez. That is quite interesting. I want to see that. I want to take a look at that. Let's see this. Oh my gosh. Look at that. They are legit dead even. I think Fernandez gets it. Did they give it to Fernandez? No, they gave it to Zorlin. But it looked like Fernandez edged them out. Anyways, that's it for me here from Armory Digital. I will see you guys in California for the throwback race at Auto Club.